Hi, beautiful souls. There's a topic I would like to say something about, and I thought, either make a post that contains, I have no idea how many characters and how long it would be. So I just thought I'm gonna make it with a short message on here, because recently I've received a lot of questions as well as informations according to things that I call the so-called dark news, even though they are the real news, but still they have a dark character. And I want to say something to it. I try to explain to individuals depending on the topic, but I feel like this message is coming up more and more, and questions according to it. So I just thought I'm gonna make a short message, so maybe there's something for you, and maybe it's helpful for someone else who's thinking of this as well. So I just think, our mind somehow, it's like a sponge. It's soaking up all the informations and all the impressions and everything that we feed it, that we get, that we see, that we are being confronted with. And there are many things that we can't choose consciously, even though I guess it's getting better, and we are becoming more aware of how and what we unconsciously receive. But still there are plenty of things we receive unconsciously. But that's not the topic right now. But the things we are consciously feeding our minds with, like the news, and I'm not talking about the fake news media. I guess we're all on that same level to knowing that this is nothing worth watching at all. But even the other news, personally, I decided to not go down further that rabbit hole, because of course everything you get there and all these informations, and in the beginning it's like one huge wow effect, and you think like, how could I ever not see the things like they are? How could I ever be so blind? How could I not realize this? And how can all the others not realize this? But at a certain level, I do believe we've seen enough, and every single topic that you discover down there, I mean, you could do research on that for your entire life, and you would just like cover up that one or maybe two topics, and I don't say that wouldn't be interesting, or there wouldn't be many informations in it, and of course gaining knowledge is important as well. But there's such a dark energy and vibration attached to it, and I just think it isn't about, don't get me wrong, I don't mean like ignoring the darkness. I can look darkness into the eye, and it's not that it's not that I'm afraid of these kind of news, but there's so much dark energy attached to it, and once you feed yourself with that, you know it, even when you just watch like a stupid movie and there's like bad scenes in it, when you really feel the suffering or whatever else it's about, I stopped watching those things as well. But you know what I mean. So you have these days afterwards, or maybe weeks or even longer, when you have these impressions coming up in your mind, and it's like somehow like it was your own memory, but it was just a stupid movie, even though there's a lot of truth hidden in movies though. But you know what I want to say. And so it is with all of these informations as well. I guess we do know dark, very dark things exist, but we got to choose what we do with it. Are we increasing this low energy by just focusing on it and just talking about it and telling everyone how bad it is? And I mean, we've been spreading these kind of news, I guess every one of us has, for a certain time. And I do believe that those who want to know, they had and have the ability to search by themselves, because there's something about those kind of truths you can't just tell. People need to realize and to see them by themselves. And so we can only inspire to like go do your research, go down that rabbit hole, and it's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be nice. It's not gonna be like, follow that cute little rabbit and it's gonna show you its world. No, you will see a whole different world than what you wanted to believe. But I just think there's so much work to do on the other hand side. You know, we want to see the changes we feel inside, and we want to live that life that's worth living. But there's something to do for it. We cannot just wait, sit here and meditate and think everything is going to happen by itself. So maybe, you know, what I'm choosing is to collect lightful information instead, and to focus on that light and spreading that light and increasing that light as far as I can in my own deeds and actions. You know, I just try, and I can only talk for myself, of course. You need to take what resonates and leave the rest. But I just want to address those people sharing dark information, even though I don't say they're not true. I don't say that. I just think we're, at least most of us already know that. We know about these kind of things, and I don't think we need to know every single dark detail. I don't think we need that. And I also believe, at least that's how it works for me, that even though I don't watch news, not the fake news and not the dark news either, but I'm always being provided with those things that I need to know from the spiritual world, from the guides, from the angels, from, you know, the spirits. I'm always being provided the informations that I really need to know, if there is anything according to things that are happening here right now, and that, you know, need a decision or an action or a conscious choice to make. That's how it's been working for me, like, I don't know for how long, since it feels like forever. But and maybe even though I don't like these kind of informational messages that I receive, maybe they are just part of it, you know. Maybe there's something in there that I need to know, and the reason why I make this video in the first place. But even then, if someone sends me something, I'm not just like randomly opening everything that I get as a message, you know. It's like you've got that spam folder in your email, and you don't like randomly click on all the links because you don't know what's attached to it. And that's the same, that's how I see it with these kind of informations. You don't know how much dark energy is being attached to the things that you're feeding your mind with. And you maybe start reading or scrolling or watching that movie or whatever it is, that video, and then at a certain point you don't stop because you want to know how it's going further, but then it's already happened, and you have so much darkness attached to you that you need to really work a lot to get rid of it again. And as I mentioned before, we don't have that delete button and that reset possibility to delete all these kind of things again that we just like fed our minds with. So I maybe there is something for you in this message, and I would just like you to make conscious choices what you're feeding yourself with. And that's the reason why I choose not to watch these kind of things, or at least most of them, and why I choose to focus on the lightful news, because there are so many wonderful lightful informations out there as well, like, you know, growing your own foods for self-sufficient living and those kind of things, working with your chakras, healing energies. And there's so many beautiful informations out there that actually raise your vibration while learning and feeding yourself with. Because, you know, we become what we consume, and that's not just like about food. It's about things we surround ourselves with, and it's also about the things we consume on an informational level, like the books, the movies, the news that we give our attention to. And so I guess I said enough, and I don't want to make it like much longer, but that was just something my heart wanted to talk about, because it came up again and again recently, and maybe some of you experienced the same as well. So I hope it might be helpful, and thank you for your attention, and have a beautiful day. Thank you for being you, and I'm sending so much love your way. Bye for now.